Electrolysis of water is the decomposition of the water molecule to form oxygen O2 and hydrogen H2 gases, and this is due to an electric current being passed through water. Today, ladies and gents, I want you to think about a few things during this experiment. 1. Is it really possible to break down water molecules and release oxygen and hydrogen? 2. What are some different types of electrolysis? 3. What is electrolysis? 4. Why is electrolysis commercially important? 5. How would you be able to determine the cathode from the anode in this particular experiment? Now, before getting started, there's a couple of terms I want you guys to be familiar with, so I'm going to give you the definitions. The first one is cathode. A cathode is an electrode through which electric current flows out of a polarized electric device. In chemistry, a cathode is the electrode of an electrochemical cell at which reduction occurs. The cathode can be negative when the cell is electrolytic. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And that is where electrical energy provided to the cell is being used to decompose chemical compounds. Or positive, when the cell is galvanic. And that is where reactions are used to generate energy. Today, our cathode will be negative because we'll be using an electrolytic cell. Anode. An anode is an electrode through which electric current flows into a polarized electric device. In electrochemistry, the anode is where oxidation occurs. Its polarity is positive. At the anode, anions, negative ions, are forced by electrical potential to react chemically and give off electrons, oxidation, which then flows up into the driving current. Now, oxidation is losing electrons and reduction is gaining electrons. I just want you guys to know that before I continue. All right, the purpose of this experiment is to extract H2 and O2 gas from water. So basically, we're going to be decomposing water. Okay, the materials that I'm going to be using for this experiment is a fish tank, or you can use any plastic container, but I choose a fish tank because you can see through it. Distilled water, salt. You're going to need 2 water bottles with distilled water in here as well. Make sure the caps are on. And you're also going to need an AC-DC adapter. Attached to my AC-DC adapter are electrical wires attached by electrical tape. And attached to my electrical wires are 2 nails. And from these 2 nails, we should be able to tell which wire is cathode and which wire is the anode, based on the different characteristics they will show. Okay, to begin, you're going to need to pour your distilled water to your fish tank. You're going to need to sprinkle salt. This salt is actually used because it is going to be an electrolyte to help speed up the chemical reaction. That's what it is, an electrolyte, basically. So, sprinkle that in there, speed up the reaction. And then, I'm going to throw in my wires. And I'm going to try to make it as visible as possible as I can to you. And do it like this. And then I'm going to plug in my AC-DC adapter and see what happens. Wow. One is actually, something is happening here. And the other one looks like there's nothing going on over there. From my observations, I would say that this would be the cathode. And the other one is the anode because of the bubbles that are coming off of it. Can you guys figure out which one is the cathode and the anode?